Hey, welcome to this is episode 6.5 of Dream Peaches. It's was not really a planned thing, and I would like to talk about dark fantasy films that I like to watch um, to help inspire me to write Labyrinth fan fiction. Um, I I don't always like the happy-go-lucky kind of stuff for the rom-coms or whatever. I kind of like a little grits and a little angst and darkness and stuff in all the stuff that I like to read and watch and all that. So anyway, I have a list of nine dark fantasy films, mostly based around fairy tales and stuff uh, that I'd like to share with you. So let me get started here. Um, if I was going to, okay, so I'm going to start with Alice in Wonderland. So if I was going to pick one of my favorite versions of Alice in Wonderland, it would actually be the 1985 film. I kind of grew up with it, uh, and it has a whole bunch of like famous people scattered about through it. And that's not the one I'd like to talk about. There is a very trippy version of Alice in Wonderland. It's um, it's called Alice. I believe it's Czechoslovakian, and it came out in 1988. Um, it has Alice is played by a real life girl, and everything else is um, animated or claymation, which is still a type of animation. Um, but you get like weird monsters, and you get like taxidermy things, and like stuffing is falling out, and it's really bizarre. So as I go through this, I'm going to start putting all my things on the side here. Um, if you want a really weird, just kind of obscure version of Alice in Wonderland, I would highly recommend Alice 1988. And I believe you can find it, I want to say on Amazon Prime. I want to say you can find it on Amazon. Though you might not be able to watch it for free. You might have to like actually rent it or something. Um, this one was, I don't think it's a rated film. It was like only an hour and a half long, and it was almost hard to watch. It was just because it was a little disturbing, and it's hard for me to say that because I'm not disturbed by a lot of films. So it really kind of takes a little bit of extra for that. And this film has it. Okay. The next one um, is a film from 1996. I am a big horror movie fan, and in the 90s, there was all these horror movie remakes and stuff. And there was one based on the Jekyll and Hyde story called Mary Riley. And it has Julia Roberts as Mary Riley and John Malkovich as Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Let me get my book here. It's actually based on this novel by Valerie Martin, and it's pretty good. It's almost word for word with the novel, actually. Um, and I I read the novel because I love the movie. This is actually it's like a romantic drama as a horror movie. It's because it's told from the housemaid's perspective, and it's really good. It's actually one of my favorite movies. If I had to rank my favorite movies, this would definitely be on like my top 20 list, and I don't really know where it would fall. I just know it'd be up there with Desperately Seeking Susan and some other stuff. Okay, so the next one, I'm sure everyone is familiar with Phantom of the Opera. There was a version that is not as well known as others. Um, this one came out in 1989, and it stars Robert Englund, who you might know as Freddie. right? Freddy Krueger. Anyway, he plays uh, this angsty, romantic anti-villain of the Phantom, and it is quite different. Is all I can say. It's quite different. Um, Instead of just being like scarred up on his face and whatever, he has like prosthetic makeup pieces that he puts on. It's so cool. It's so cool because it's such a weird take on it. Um, I really don't know who directed it. It's about an hour and a half long. Um, it's it's good. I like it. Um, I think it's probably one of my favorite versions of Phantom of the Opera. Um, so yeah, I always feel really bad for the Phantom. So that's that's where I sit on that. Okay, the next one up is The Company of Wolves. So if you are looking for a teenage girl who falls asleep and has weird werewolf dreams, this is it. In fact, I'm kind of surprised I haven't seen any like crossovers with Labyrinth or anything, because this is pretty much like a Little Red Riding Hood type of situation, and it could easily be I don't know, crossed over with Labyrinth. I could totally see uh, the teenage girl. What was her name? Rosaline or something like that. I could totally see her knowing Sarah at school or something like that. Um, and then they both have stories to tell. Anyway, this one actually has Angela Lansbury in it. Um, David Warner is in it because he's been in like everything. Uh, Stephen Ray is in it, if you know him. There's some other people that are in it that I've seen, and I just don't really know where I've seen them. Anyway, this is a very bizarre film. There's a lot of like young girl trying to come to terms with sexuality, and there's these wolves. And um, anyway, it's a really good film. Uh, if you want something, uh, I don't know. I feel like there could be this. There's territory here for crossover. Okay, the next one is Snow White, A Tale of Terror. This came out in 1997, and it has Sigourney Weaver in it. I do not remember who else is in it. Let me see here. Okay, I have IMDb up. It says that Sam Neill's in there. Bonus, because he is awesome. Uh, I haven't watched this film in quite a while, actually, but it's like a real gritty. Uh, there's like a visceral element to this version of Snow White, um, and it's really good. I would again, I think it's like an hour and a half or something, and it's if you like Snow White but you want something a little darker and you see the potential for it to be darker, then definitely check out Snow White: A Tale of Terror, 1997, and it has Sigourney Weaver. Okay. All right. So this next one, we are gonna jump back in time a little bit. We're gonna go back to 1946 for the French version of Beauty and the Beast. Um, let's see here. Does this? I think I've only watched this like where it's actually in French. I don't think I've ever seen it with like I don't think I've ever bothered with subtitles or anything like that. Uh, but it's like this classic um, version of Beauty and the Beast, and the costumes and stuff are just fantastic. Like, if you're a costume person, definitely check this out. Um, like, the Beast has this crazy makeup, and uh, maybe I can find a clip. Let me see if I can find a clip real quick while I talk about this. Um, let's see here. So it was directed by Jean Cocteau, uh, famously, and I don't know. I guess if uh, we all know the story of Beauty and the Beast, right? Um, this one just has, I don't know. It's just it's very beautiful to look at, but it's also kind of like extra creepy, and I can't quite put my finger on what the element is in here. Um, Maybe it's the fact that I've only seen it in the French version, and so I like lose language or some. I don't know. I don't know. Uh, but I highly recommend it. Even if you just put it on while you're working on a project or something, it's uh, it's a really great version of it. Okay, the next one. Uh, this one, it has grit to it. I wouldn't say it's as dark as all the others, but it does definitely has like its dark elements to it. Okay, it is Excalibur from 1981. This is, I have to say that I didn't really know who Helen Mirren was until I watched this film, and then I was like, hey, it's that lady, right? So this is it's a story of King Arthur and his knights of the Round Table, of course. Uh, and it has Merlin, and it has a lot of sword play, and I don't know. There's something about it where if you really like Sir Didymus and you really like the Goblin Army bits of Labyrinth, you might really dig this if you haven't seen it before. Uh, it Yeah, I think it's probably one of the best King Arthur films that I've ever seen, and I get kind of particular about that kind of stuff. So I would I would definitely check this one out. Okay, the next one uh, is Pan's Labyrinth uh, from 2006. So I don't know how everyone feels about me mentioning the other Labyrinth, which is Pan's Labyrinth. This one takes place in I want World War II in Spain. Actually, I think it's right after World War II, and I think it has to do with oh gosh, I forgot the guy's name. Uh, who like the dictator guy who was in charge of Spain at that point. Anyway, um, that's gonna bother me. I'll come up with it in like right after I'm done with this, I'm sure. Um, anyway, this was directed by I can never say his name. Guillermo del Toro. Um, Sorry, I don't know how to say that name. It doesn't look how it sounds, and it messes me up. Anyway, uh, this is all about this girl who uh, has all these trials and tribulations that she has to go through. Uh, that this fawn has put forth for her, so she can escape this kind of fascist regime in Spain that she's where she's being kept. It's she gets there's like this dude with like eyeballs on his hands, and anyway, it It's visually appealing. The costumes are fantastic. The story's great. Um, it is lacking a Goblin King, so there's that. Um, yeah, I guess if only they had a Goblin King, it would make it even better. Okay, so the last one is a more recent film. It came out in 2021. It's called The Green Knight. If you are familiar with Arthurian legends, then you might know who Sir Gawain is. Um, this is kind of like his story. It's Sir Gawain and the Green Knight. Uh, he has to go through. He has like all these things that he has to kind of go through in order to just almost move on with his life. There's a lot of like subtle subtext in here, and I don't know. There's fantasy creatures, and it's one of those that I don't want to say anything, so I don't give it away. Um, but it's pretty good. I've never really actually seen any other good versions of the story of Sir Gawain and the Green Knight, which I'm kind of surprised of. So I don't know. This one it has Dev Patel as Sir Gawain. Sorry, and mm, there's some other people in it. I want to say that there's a guy who played Mr. Darcy or something in Pride and Prejudice in it. So I don't know. You can always look that up. Uh, anyway, so those are my 9 dark fantasy film recommendations for any fanfic writer who is looking for inspiration uh, in kind of similar type of um, genre films and stuff. Um, yep. So Alice from 1988, The Green Knight 2021, Pan's Labyrinth 2006, Excalibur 1981, Beauty and the Beast 1946, Snow White 1997, The Company of Wolves 1984, Phantom of the Opera 1989 for the Robert Englund version, and Mary Riley 1996. I promise you won't be disappointed. They might not be the ultimately like best movies ever made, but there is definitely something there. There's I don't know. There's just something there. I I don't know. Anyway, thank you for joining me for 6.5. Uh, might do this kind of thing again. I have some other films that I would like to probably talk about or something. If anyone has any thoughts or questions, or uh, if you want to join me on one of these things, go ahead and give me an email, uh, Jesse at dreampeaches.net. You can always jump over to the website, which is dreampeaches.net, and join in the forum, so that way we can discuss all this kind of stuff. Sorry, it's been a long day at this point, and I feel kind of flustered a little bit. But I'm always open for Labyrinth discussions, and I absolutely love film. So if you would like to talk film, talk Labyrinth, um, visit the website, send me an email. I am starting to kind of branch out on Facebook and join up with some groups. So let me give them a quick shout out. Let me see here. So I like the Labyrinth fans film group, film is in like parentheses there. Labyrinth fanfiction writers and readers. That's a new one that I joined. And I'm also on everything Labyrinth, but it seems to take forever to get stuff posted on there. So I'm not super active on that one. I don't know. Okay. Thank you. Ooh, I have an owl cup. That's my owl cup. Anyway, catch me next time for some other discussion. Actually, episode 7, which will be coming out, will be on anti consumerism. And you are free to send me all your thoughts and questions and comments. Uh, and you can check out the website for more details on that.